Well, hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your day and watching this video. As you guys know, we lost a goat. We had a freak accident, and you know, it's super sad because that was one of our herd goats. It was one of our first goats. It was Jet's goat, and Jet was pretty bummed out, but he's doing pretty good. We've already talked about and are looking into another goat for him and for our farm, and we might be switching it up and maybe getting a milking goat. We're not too sure yet. However, today I want to talk about turning a freak accident into some sort of a blessing, making the best out of an unfortunate event. So let's get started. Today I'm going to be cutting up this goat. So we raise Kiko goats here, and they are raised for meat. I'm going to get some light. We raise Kiko goats, and though that breed is for meat. So we are going to try to salvage everything we can. It is not ideal. It's not what I planned for this goat. However, you know, it is what it is, and there's some good meat on here that can be used for our family. Now, Chris has already went ahead and skinned it out, cleaned it up, and we're gonna be using everything. I mean, we even saved the hide because I'm gonna tan this and get the hair off it. And crazy to say, I'm gonna try to make a pair of gloves. I'm gonna try to use this hide for something. I'm not just gonna throw it away in the compost. That's what we've done in the past because we just haven't been able to do it, but I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna stretch it out. I'm gonna get all this flesh off, get all this fat, remove the hair, and see if I can do it. I mean, it won't be an overnight thing. It's gonna be something I'm gonna have to work on, maybe a little project. I'll definitely bring you guys along. I'm gonna do something with the skull. I wanna honor this animal, honor this goat on our farm because it was a herd goat. You know, I don't want to say that we have pets, but the herd goats are basically pets. They're here to breed and, you know, help us bring income to the farm. So it is kind of a disappointing we lost this goat, but I definitely want to honor it. We're gonna be doing something with the skull. I'm gonna be bleaching that, and I'll bring you along for that too. I've never done that before. I watched this guy on YouTube, White Bone Creations, and he does all kinds of animal skulls, and I'm gonna do what he does and honor the animal, because that's all we're doing. Yeah, we're butchering animals, but we're honoring them. You know, we're eating them. They're here to help us survive because something must die in order for us to live. And you know, you want to do that in a respectful way, honors the animal, because you're not just eating it. I mean, it's allowing you to grow. Like, you are eating it, but it's growing you, it's growing your family. So today, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna cut this up. I don't know if this is gonna be like a how-to. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna be doing. So I'm gonna approach this like a deer. I'm gonna get the nice tenderloins in there. You got your tenderloins here, probably the tenderest piece of the meat. I'm also gonna get some roast. I'm also gonna get, I know with the deer, there's a hidden tenderloin back under this roast right here. So I'm gonna go for that. I'm planning on grounding up the front shoulders, the neck. I'm gonna get the loins out of here. And I'm gonna probably ground up, or maybe get some roast out of one leg, but I'm gonna keep one leg completely whole because I wanna slow cook that, I wanna smoke it. I've never eaten goat before, so this is gonna be interesting. I don't know, I've never heard of goat ribs. Well, no, I've never heard of goat ribs, but I'm gonna save the ribs and maybe cut them in half, have some short ribs, have some. I'm excited though. We're gonna get into this, and I'm gonna try to bring you guys along the best I can, all right? All right, so here we go. The most important thing is to have a sharp knife. I use Dexter knives. They are made in the USA, and they're great. They keep a nice edge, and they're just easy to handle. This is just a fillet knife. I use like all purpose, but what I want to do is get some extra room in here. Move back these. Now when you're cutting, you want to just try to cut in between the muscle. You want to save that whole muscle group. Now, these are going to start. Chris did a great job cleaning this out. Now it is pretty cold. We've had this hanging for a day or two, and it's kind of solid right now, but it does have some movement. So now it's nice. It's small, but this is a good piece of meat. This is your tenderloin, right underneath the rib, not the rib cage, the spine. That is delicious. Now, the front shoulders of a deer aren't connected by a joint. They're just connected by ligaments and muscles. I'm assuming it's the same for a goat. You know, I'm not a professional butcher. I pick things up the way I go. I teach myself. But you just want to cut through all the fascia, all the fibers that connect those muscles together, and yeah, it's gonna just pop right off. Yep, look at that. That's awesome. That is really nice. See all this fascia right here? All this white skin, I'm gonna call it. You just want to cut that. You want to use your knife to cut. You don't want to go through bone with a knife. That's how you definitely dull a knife. Now what we're gonna do is get the loins out. Now they don't look that big. Now this goat was pregnant. That's one of the things that we're pretty disappointed about. It actually had twins in it. So it is not as meaty as if you would just be breeding these goats just for meat. So we're just gonna use what we got. I mean, we're doing the best that we can. So what I just did is I found my top, and I just went right down the spine. And then basically, this is just gonna peel right back. Man, my hands are getting cold. I can't find the blade to our meat saw, so I pulled out the reciprocating saw, and it'll do just as fine and even quicker work. What I'm going to be doing now is cutting the ribs off and the spine from the back legs, and I'll end up splitting the pelvis as well. And it's gonna be good. I'm super excited. I've never had goat meat before. As a goat farmer, you know, you think I would have eaten goat meat already, but I haven't. I'll end up taking the saw and I'll end up cutting this right in half. It's gonna be awesome. another good piece of meat that people forget about in pretty much any animal. I don't know if I'm gonna give you guys a good example, but it's the muscle within the pelvis, basically where the intestines and basically where they poop out. That cavity, there's a muscle that lines that, and that is a great piece of meat. I don't think, like I said, this is not going to be a good example, but if I can get it out, I will show you. It's right, so this is one of the legs, so and its poop would come out here, and this meat right here, as you can see. So what basically you want to do is fillet that off the bone, and it's not big, I mean, but it's a good piece of meat. I mean, if you want to use your animal and savor every piece of it, this is what you got to do. Right here, so I got it down on something better, and you can see right here, right in there. You just want to fillet this out. Now, this is, like I said, all animals, and basically, you just gotta take your time, use your knife, let your knife do the work, and just go along the bones. So like I said, it's not going to be the biggest piece of meat. However, it is tender. And you whip this up with some scrambled eggs in the morning, you are sure to have a good day, because this is delicious. And right here, I'll show you where it came out of. It came out of right there, this hole. And it's hard to see. Usually what happens is people end up just cutting it out with something else, because it is on the back of that hind quarter, so it usually just gets ground up and people just don't know about it. I got it all butchered up into easy parts that I can just bring in the house and then just fine tune. I want to ground some of this up. I also want to get some roast off the back legs. I'm gonna keep one whole, and you know, I'll just get probably a nice ball roast out of this. And then other than that, I'm probably just gonna ground a lot of it. I really don't know how to cook goat. I do know how to cook burgers, so a lot of it is probably gonna be burgers. However, I'm gonna keep the tenderloins and loins. I'm gonna try the ribs, and like I said, for probably the third time, I'm gonna smoke and slow cook a whole back leg, and I want to have a feast. I want to have a feast celebrating this animal's life. Yeah, it was a tragic event, you know, it was a learning experience, and however, we're gonna try to make the best out of it. So the only thing I gotta do left is just clean up the mess, clean up some blood, and I'm going to deliver the scraps to the pigs. What we can't use, the pigs can eat. So everything is one big circle. Everything helps out each other. I mean, they're not gonna get a whole meal out of this, however, it's not going to waste. I don't just want to put this in the compost, and yeah, it's gonna go in our soil and it'll go into our vegetables, but let the pigs eat it, and we'll be butchering these pigs shortly. So that's gonna be good too. And I'll take you to show you. So Missy here was our other original goat. with Elephant, and Elephant's the one that died. And then we got Lloyd, obviously, and then this was going to be the second year that they have bred for us, and this is going to be the first year for Maple, the brown and black one, and Granite, the one that's standing on the hay bale right now. The buck that we banned is doing good. He has had no issues so far, so that's really good. But now this brings us an opportunity. I have been thinking about bringing a milking goat, a dairy goat, here on the farm because I kind of want to practice milking and having the responsibility to milk every day before we bring a dairy cow, a cow onto the property, because you know, a goat is only probably going to get, you know, 2 or 3 quarts of milk a day, maybe. You know, a cow could potentially, you know, bring us 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons a day, depending on the breed that we get. And I want to be able to learn what to do with the milk before we have this mass quantity. Now, we won't be able to do certain stuff with goat milk. However, it just get us in that routine and get us in the practice mode so we just know what we're doing. And like I said, this was a horrible accident. We are turning it around, and we're, you know, it opened the door for maybe a dairy goat. So I'm going to be looking into that. This was Jet's goat, so I'm kind of like going to let him decide. He's really involved with the chores with me. I mean, all the kids are, but Jet really, I mean, he wakes up early with me to do it, especially in the summer. And he really likes the goats, so that's what we're gonna do. But I really appreciate you guys tuning in. This wasn't really a how-to. I did show you guys a few things. I am not a professional butcher. I have just pick things up along the way when it comes to like picking up roadkill deer or harvesting deer, and then harvesting our own animals. The chickens, yes, but the only really big animal besides deer that I've harvested is a pig last year, and we did 2 of them, and we did that ourselves. Yeah, they probably weren't the best cuts. They probably, you know, they could definitely be better. However, we're eating it, we're not selling it, so it was good for us, and we are super excited you guys tuned in. And check this out, Bigfoot farmer hat came out. We got some shirts, so like I said, once we hit that 1,000 mark, I'm gonna do a giveaway, and these hats are pretty sweet. I'm pretty pumped about it, and the shirts are really cool as well. They got the logo on the front. So yeah, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do a giveaway to you guys, and I really appreciate everything that you guys comment and drop underneath. We read every comment, and we try to get back to every comment. So please continue to leave them. You know, I gotta do some work on the hay basket. You guys have left some comments of things that I could improve on it. I want to do those railings, help support the roof, because you see we got snow, and if we get a really heavy load of snow on that roof, I can definitely see it folding in on itself. So I got to get some supports there. And we got to move these pigs. Look at them. They're all huddled up over there. They've torn this up. They've actually been working our creek. It's pretty cool. I know I'm just talking right now, but I want to show you guys this. I don't have my boots on, so I can't really get in there. But check this out. So our creek, you can see, is right here, right? Goes along there. And then we have another creek that comes right there. Now, they are rooting in the creek and pushing the banks up. Like, look at that. I'm going to zoom in. So they are rooting right there and pushing the bank, making this a nice, clean stream for this spring. And then it's going to connect here at the Y, and then right down off our property. Eventually, we've been talking about maybe a little pond down there for some ducks. Not too sure, not 100% sure what we're gonna do with that. However, it's gonna be really cool. I'm really excited to see come springtime what this area looks like, especially when we plant. Like I said, I want to get some flowers in here. I want to get some things that the bees could be attracted to get some great honey. We haven't had success with bees, however, I just want life on this property. Imagine looking out here, bunch of flowers, sunflowers, you know, grasses. It's gonna be really cool to see, and especially have the kids running under the creek. I'm really excited what this looks like. I just noticed this last night, and I'm glad I brought the scraps out and I could show you guys. So yeah, I appreciate once again you guys tuning in, taking the time out of your day to watch our lives. It's amazing. It's amazing this community that's being created, and I can't wait to make it bigger and just show you what we're doing. Again, I appreciate you tuning in. Please hit that subscribe button, all right? Hit that notification bell and leave some comments, and I will check you guys out on the next video.
Hit that subscribe button.